Today I have a couple of plant things to get done and I thought I would just bring you guys along so you can see what I'm doing today. I don't know how this video is gonna go, but we'll see. So first of all, in my little cabinet, I just got this humidifier and this thing keeps falling. I need to fix this today too. Let me turn it off, it's very loud. So I just got this fan slash humidifier and I wish I could have it on the top shelf, but I don't have a long enough cord. It needs to be plugged in at all times. But I need to refill the humidifier, so we're just gonna do that. So I kind of use this table as my like little plant workspace, but for some reason I have two distilled waters open. I'm using distilled water. It says you don't have to, but I don't know, man. I'm very suspicious. Boop. And now we can go put this back in. And surprisingly, this lasts literally overnight. It lasts overnight. So it lasts the whole day from when I fill it to the nighttime when I turn my lights off. There we go. Unfortunately, it kind of drips, so I have to put this in front of it, like under it, I mean, so that it catches the water and it doesn't get on the wood. Just put this guy back. Okay, and then now I guess I should redo this. This keeps on falling off and it hits my poor little plants, so I need to try and remove this hardware. And I just put it over hardware here as well, the handles. I know this comes off for sure, and this just needs to be done better because a lot of humidity is escaping for some reason. And my little, this thing is broken, but luckily it has this, which is supposed to be for outdoors, but I've just been using it as my actual hygrometer. So it's 80% humidity right now. I don't know how accurate it is. I need to buy a new one, but let me find something to take this off. Okay, I found this. We're gonna hope it works. And yes, I am a handyman. Okay, I'm not a handyman. That doesn't fit at all. Let's see if it fits up here though. I need a bigger one. Okay, take two. I found this multi-screwdriver tool and we'll see if this works. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Oh, it's working! Perfect! Oh, it's missing a screw. Great handyman forgot to put in a screw. Maybe I lost it or something. I don't know how well you guys can see, and I'm kind of smishing my fern over here. So, I'm just gonna try and do this quickly. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. Bam! I didn't think that it was sticking that well, but it did leave some on here. So hopefully I have enough to replace it because I just took off all the hardware. But I'm really excited for this. This is what I use in between, and it's just like a, I don't know what it's called, but I'll have it linked in case you want some. But if you do this, I highly recommend you take out the hardware, even though everyone pretty much has their little setups already done. I'm still working on mine. It's always a work in progress. So I definitely have enough. Thank goodness. Just like barely enough. I can only find this right now. That is an ugly cut, but that's okay because it's covering the whole thing and you can still see where the holes belong. So I'm gonna have to somehow poke through these. I think that's gonna be the hardest part of this process. Okay, I wanna see if my box cutter works. just have to do that like 700 times. There we go. Now it's gonna help keep this in place too. It's gonna look so good when it's done. So I'm just gonna finish up because this is not gonna be a fun process, and I'll show you when I'm done. It was very effective using the box cutter and tweezers, and now I can put everything back together. All right, there we go. This looks so much cleaner. And hopefully it is a lot more effective. Oh. Ooh, before there used to be like a gap up the top and a gap at the bottom because I couldn't put it through all the way since I didn't take out the hardware. And now we'll see if that affects the humidity without even turning the humidifier on. But first, I started air layering my Melanochrysum because it's getting too tall for here and I just want to cut it, chop it up, but I kind of wanted to try air layering. Like, look at this. So now I have to mist it. Usually when people air layer, they'll like saran wrap it so that you don't have to mist it all the time. I just noticed there's a freaking root coming out. There's a root coming out right there. Wow, I don't think I wrapped it in the proper spot. It was kind of hard to do. I just used an onion bag so that it would be easier for me to mist, because if you have like a saran wrap on it, I don't know how you mist that, but it does hold the humidity for longer, so that's a good thing. I just mist it like this. Also, you can tell when it's dry because the moss turns a lighter color. Let's see. There's a big difference in color. But I also need to mist my orchids. And this one. Oh, I do need to repot this. So I guess we'll do that today. And okay, now that's it from in here. I'm gonna turn the fan on though. And I turn it on high. And close this up. Oh, almost forgot the tweezers. So I have that to repot. And I was planning on staking my ZZ plant. So let's do that right now. This is my ZZ plant I got at Costco. And I have a thing wrapped around it, but it fell off and it didn't even include these. I think these are new growths. And I do need to stake them up because they're going a little crazy. So I'm gonna try and remove the tie. Okay, I turned off the fan because I didn't think it through that it might be too loud. But I have the stakes, and I think I only need 2 because there's just 2 little crazy boys flailing around. And this stake might actually not even be tall enough. Okay. Well, let's hope this works. Okay, I have these. They're from the Dollar Tree. They're not my favorite clips, but let's hope they do. They do work. That's gonna have to do. So this is the pack they come in. It's kind of limited amount of sizes. It would focus. Let's try a smaller one. Okay, that kind of works. Okay, that is definitely as good as it's gonna get, but it's much better than it was before, so I'm really very happy with it. Okay, now we can hopefully repot this Shangri-La. I'm not sure what the root system looks like yet. Well, I can kind of see it. It's not that crazy. We'll have to see. Alright, well, the roots fell away pretty easily from the surroundings, so I don't really need to like rinse it off or anything. And the roots look all really good, so I guess it will fit into this bigger pot. So precious. This plant I got a while, like kind of a long time ago, and it was really struggling because it was a really small plant. Like, I need to stop being I need to stop being so cheap and buy like bigger plants for more expensive. I like having small plants, so I like buying them small, but if you order them online, they have a harder time adjusting to their new environment and everything. So it makes it kind of precarious. It's a precarious situation. And I'm gonna reuse this soil because I didn't have it in there for too long. I like having small plants, but having them online, like ordering them online, even in person, like it's kind of difficult. It's more difficult, I should say, to acclimate them, and they have a higher chance of dying, I guess. I haven't really ordered big plants online. When I did, it was my Gloriosum, and you know how that story goes. So I don't know. I love having small plants, but sometimes they're just not the easiest to take care of. So that's why, long story short, that's why I put it into a little propagation thing, and it's a lot bigger than it was when I first got it now. But I don't think it would have survived if I didn't put it in there. So I'm glad that I did that. But I do need to give it a little stake. Seems like I'm just staking up every plant today, and I think I'm gonna run out of stakes soon. So let me get one. So here's the stake that I want to use. It's very small. I'm kind of thinking of wrapping it in twine and some sphagnum moss, just so this will actually attach to it, because it does have some aerial roots going on. I know it's not gonna be like a forever stake, but I think I'm gonna do that. So let's set this aside and get this moss. I have some right here. I'm gonna just dampen it. You can't even see what I'm doing. And I do have some more moss just in case this isn't enough. But I feel like this is gonna be kind of difficult. I've never tried this before. This is a lot. This is actually extremely hard. Okay, here we go. And I don't really care how it looks. I kind of do care how it looks. But I also want this plant to thrive, so I'm just gonna try and do it beautifully, but if it's not beautiful, then that's okay. Okay. So I think just a little more. I think I need to add more. And just dampen a little bit. And we can continue. This thing looks like a hot mess. A hot mess that will hopefully help this plant grow. Big and strong. Okay. I think this is a good enough height, because some of it's going into the soil and some of it, the plant's not even tall enough to reach it at that point. So I think this will be good. And we'll wrap it off here and then go back up so that I can kind of maybe attach the weird like flailing parts of the moss. And one more down just for good luck. Third time is the charm. there we go. I'm gonna somehow tie this off, which I did not think about at all. Okay, I think that's gonna stay. It kind of looks like corn a little bit, but that's okay. It can look like corn. And now it's ready to support my little plant. There we go. Oh, let me put it closer. Wow, I did it like the perfect height. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but stick that down. Okay, and add a little more soil. And I'm gonna attach it with one of these clips that I just used for my ZZ plant. I hope this will attach pretty easily because it already has aerial roots and everything. It was just waiting for something to attach to. So this is all set up now. Wow, that was really easy. And it's finally not living in a cup anymore, which is the best part. So it's been saved and now it's living its happy life in a pot like it was always meant to. I do need to water it. Since I have a new propagation cup open, I'm looking over here and I'm like, this is looking pretty sparse. We can chop this down. So I think that's what I'm gonna do with the cup now. My Scindapsus is looking very sparse towards the ends, so I'm gonna chop it up. I like going crazy when I chop plants, so oh, let's see if it's hydrated though. Okay, it's hydrated. So I'm gonna go from all the way over here, and there we go. And for this one, I'm gonna go from here, not as crazy, and that's good. Oh, it's so short now, but we have 2 vines that we're gonna make a lot out of. Small bouquet. This is kind of a big bouquet actually. I'm not sure if they're gonna fit in this, but I can definitely try it. There we go, and we just add water. Ugh. I love having these jugs around everywhere because if I didn't have them, I would not water as often as I do. It's just so easy, like if you quickly see something that needs to be done and you have a jug of water already nearby, then it's like, okay, I can do that quickly. Otherwise, you gotta go to a source of water and it just makes it such a big hassle. Okay, and I'm gonna put this on my window right behind us. I think right here by its mom, so that it will be used to the growing conditions. And there we go. When I came outside to water my Shangri-La, I noticed that some of my Hoyas need watering. My Obovata, actually these 3 all need water. So let's grab those. Okay, I brought everyone down here and it's out of focus. And so now we can water them. I already used the hose, so it's not hot anymore. But only 3 plants to water right now. That sounds pretty good. Oh, my Hoya doesn't look good though. I think I waited too long to water it. There's a dead leaf. That's okay. But yeah, it's very, very dehydrated. I think I'm gonna leave it in this bowl of water to soak because it needs it. And the other ones, I think will do fine just from the watering. Usually I soak my Hoyas anyways, but I brought my fertilizer to spray it too because I have seen that it helps a lot with their growth. Oh, there's a little bee. Like a lot. And I don't know if this is too much, but this is what I normally do. And we're gonna let that bee have this plant. It's probably thirsty. Oh yeah, oh my god, I just saw it drink water. That is so cool. I literally just saw it like drink a drop of water. For some reason the bees have been like, I've been finding a lot of them dead on the ground, and sometimes I'll pick them up and bring them to my backyard so they can have, like, I'll put them on a fountain like this on a rock so that it can have some water, but I never really checked to see if they survive, so I hope this bee will do okay. So I guess I'm just gonna leave these plants here for now, and we'll come back to it. Well, I'll come back to it and put them away, but I think this is gonna be the end of this video. Before we go, I put the little Shangri-La there. I had to switch it with this one because it wouldn't fit in this small spot anymore. So, very cute. So that's it for today's video. We got a little bit of plant care done, and I feel like I achieved a lot just by putting on the little humidity thing on my cabinet, because that was like a quality of life thing that you do it and it's just like, oh my god, why did it take me so long to do that? But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!